Welcome back to High Stakes. Today, we will be discussing the following MLB matches that are happening on Thursday, August 10th, 2023. We will be providing our team, total and prop picks for the day. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. If you want access to our premium picks, you can check out our Patreon page. You can find the link to our Patreon page in the description and comments section below. Atlanta Braves vs Pittsburgh Pirates. The Atlanta Braves continue to dominate at the plate. The Pittsburgh Pirates currently have one of the younger lineups in the big leagues after calling up several prospects and will be outmatched. They have squandered 20 runs in the opening 3 bouts of this series. Furthermore, Braves starter Bryce Elder has conceded 2 or fewer runs in 2 of his last 3 performances, including a brilliant road performance in Milwaukee. Pirates starter Bailey Falter was solid in his Pirates debut last week but was horrible with the Phillies and has recorded a poor 4.87 ERA on the season. He has squandered 7 runs in 8.1 career innings against the Braves. 9 of the Braves' last 10 wins have occurred by 2 or more runs. As mentioned, Falter has the propensity to give batters what they want at the plate. The Braves are coming off a 15-hit performance and will now have the wind at their back against Falter. Elder took a slide in July, and his K rate dipped while his walk rate climbed. On top of that, Elder ceded 19 runs in 25 innings over July. Both teams sit in the top half of the league in hits for extra bases and their ability to drive home runners. Expect both offenses to find some success at the plate here. Our total pick is over 9.5 runs. Houston Astros vs Baltimore Orioles. It's just a slim 8-game slate in the MLB on Thursday, but regardless of how many games, this Astros vs Orioles matchup would be the marquee game. The odds makers agree that we should be in for a good one as Houston enters as a -115 favorite while Baltimore comes back at +100 to secure the win. For me, this matchup comes down to the pitching edge, and I give that to the Astros. So, I'll roll with them on the money line. Hunter Brown has both a lower ERA, 4.07, and WHIP, 1.29, compared to Dean Kramer, whose numbers are 4.61 and 1.33, respectively. Also, Kramer's ERA rises to 5.35 at home this year. This is about as even of a matchup as you can get right now in the MLB, but I give a slight edge to the Astros. Our team pick is Houston Astros moneyline. While both of these offenses have a ton of skill, I think 10 runs is simply too many. I'll lay the -120 juice here and ride with the under 9.5. We do have some head-to-head data in the pitching department, where the Astros are slashing just .227/.261/.295 against Kramer over 44 at-bats. Only 3 of those at-bats have gone for extra bases and Houston hasn't taken the right-hander yard in his career. I think the Astros do enough offensively to win, but runs should be at a premium. The main reason I like the under is due to how dominant these bullpens have been. They're 2 of the best in baseball. The Orioles' bullpen is ranked 6th in ERA, 3.63, and 16th in WHIP, 1.31, while the Astros are 9th, 3.75, and 15th, 1.30, respectively. Runs will be tough to come by as this game comes to a close, so I'm locking in the under. Minnesota Twins vs Detroit Tigers. The Twins will trot out impressive veteran lefty Kenta Maeda in the finale of this road set with divisional rival Detroit. He earned the win over Arizona last Saturday, allowing 1 run on 2 hits and no walks while striking out 7 batters over 6 innings. Maeda fell behind 1-0 in the 2nd inning, but the Twins returned with an offensive explosion to go ahead 10-1 by the end of the 6th. The rejuvenated southpaw kept the Diamondbacks from countering, as he retired the final 14 batters he faced. Maeda struggled in his first start following the All-Star break, giving up 3 runs in 3 innings against Oakland. Since then, he's allowed 2 or fewer runs in his subsequent 4 outings, posting a 2.28 ERA and 31:4 over 23.2 frames during that span. Entering action Wednesday afternoon, they hold a 4.5-game lead over the Cleveland Guardians for supremacy in the American League Central. Strong pitching has been their calling card after the break, with Maeda leading the charge. They have allowed the second fewest runs in MLB, and strike out the most batters in baseball. They can put a stranglehold on the division. Reese Olson will get the start in the finale of this series. He took the loss Friday, allowing 4 runs on 5 hits and 3 walks over 5 innings against Tampa Bay. He struck out 3 but was given no run support. Isaac Paredes drove in a pair with his double off Olson in the first inning, and Jose Siri followed up with a long ball in the second. That would prove more than enough offense for the Rays in this one as the Tigers were shut out. Olson remains with just 1 win in 12 appearances, 9 starts, this season, but that's not all his fault. He holds a bloated 4.94 ERA, but the 24-year-old righty has a 1.17 whip and 50:13 kBB over 54.2 innings. Those numbers suggest there will be better days ahead. He will have plenty of opportunities to finish strong playing on a Detroit squad that will not come close to the postseason. Pitching has been decent for the Tigers this year, but their bats have been underperforming in a big way. Entering the finale of this series, they are bottom 3 in OPS, AVG runs per game, and home runs. Fielding has been an issue, especially at shortstop, holding the 3rd worst fielding percentage. The Twins will start veteran lefty Kenta Maeda in the finale of this road set with divisional rival Detroit. He earned the win over Arizona last Saturday, allowing 1 run on 2 hits and no walks while striking out 7 batters over 6 innings. Maeda was lit up in his first start after the break, but he has been on a rampage since. He has allowed 2 or fewer runs in his subsequent 4 outings, posting a 2.28 ERA and 31:4 over 23.2 frames during that span. Detroit is a mess from the dish, and they have been poor all year. Entering the finale of this series, they are bottom 3 in OPS, AVG runs per game, and home runs. Minnesota can put a big hold on the division with a finish to this series, and they hold a 4.5 lead over the Guardians as of this publishing. Take the Twins to win big. Reese Olson will counter Maeda for the Tigers at home, and he has pitched relatively well this year considering his inflated 4.94 ERA. Olson remains with just 1 win in 12 appearances, 9 starts, this season, but that's not all his fault. The 24-year-old righty has a 1.17 whip and 50:13 kBB over 54.2 innings. I expect him to pitch well in this game against the Twins, but the Tigers will struggle to generate any production against Maeda, who has been lights out recently. The total number has gone under in 6 of Detroit's last 9 games facing American League Central foes. Further, the total has gone under in 4 of 6 on the road for the Twins. Take the under here. Toronto Blue Jays vs Cleveland Guardians. The Toronto Blue Jays and Cleveland Guardians are set to face off on Thursday night, and the Blue Jays are favored to win. The Blue Jays are favored for a few reasons. First, they have a much better starting pitcher than the Guardians. Manoah has been one of the best pitchers in the American League this season, and he has been even better on the road. The Guardians, on the other hand, have struggled with starting pitching all season, and Syndergaard has been particularly bad in his 2 starts for Cleveland. Second, the Blue Jays have a better offense than the Guardians. The Blue Jays are averaging 5.0 runs per game this season, while the Guardians are averaging 4.1 runs per game. Third, the Blue Jays have a better track record against the Guardians this season. In 6 games against the Guardians, the Blue Jays have won 4 of them. Based on these factors, the Blue Jays are the better bet to win on Thursday night. I recommend taking the Blue Jays to win. The Blue Jays have gone under the run total in each of Manoah's previous 3 starts. They also have gone under in 5 of their last 6 games on the road. Toronto has an elite pitching staff this season. They rank first in the league in team ERA with 3.75. Cleveland has struggled to hit at progressive all season long, currently ranking second to last in the majors in average runs per game at home with 3.31. They also rank very low in slugging percentage at home, so the odds they score quickly in bunches against Toronto's pitching staff are low. The Guardians have a 3.48 team ERA at home so far in 2023, which ranks them first in the majors. They have gone under the run total in 6 of their last 7 games overall and 5 of their last 8 at home. The stats suggest the matchup on Thursday will be a lower scoring affair. Take the under.